OTF Vonnie's dad tries selling explosive story to blogs. Alleges Durk set up Von, paid Quando, and calls his own son a snake. This might be one of the wildest plot twists yet in the saga surrounding King Von's murder.
But all along, like I said, my son did it trying to eliminate real people from around.
The Quando Rondo retaliation, and now the murder for hire case circling around Lil Durk. What we got here is a leaked audio of OTF Vonnie's own father hitting up the blogs trying to sell a story. And what he says could flip the courtroom and fracture OTF from the inside. Let's break this down. Not a jail call, a desperate dad on the line with the blogs. But this ain't a wiretap and it ain't a jail phone call. This is Vonnie's pops, calling out to the blogs, trying to get paid off the drama, and at the same time airing out private convos he's been having with his son, Vonnie, who's currently locked up. He says Vonnie been texting and calling him from jail, telling him he's thinking about taking a plea deal in the case where Lil Durk is being looked at for allegedly putting a bag on Quando Rondo, a hit that left Quando's cousin Lil Pap dead. And just off that, this already sounding like some deep internal OTF beef leaking to the surface. He flips on his own son and throws dirt on Durk. Now here's where the whole audio gets messy. Dude is all over the place emotionally. First, he says he was close with King Von's pops and promised Von's mom he'd move Von to Atlanta to get away from the streets. Then out the same mouth he admits that he and Vonnie were involved in paying off Quando Rondo and Lil Tim for King Von's hit. Let that sink in. Then he turns around and says, if Vonnie cooperates, he could be out tomorrow, and I'll testify myself that Durk put him up to it. But wait, it gets crazier. This man calls his own son a snake, says Vonnie set up King Von, and that Vonnie don't care if anything happens to his own father. So you're throwing your son under the bus, but then offering to testify in his defense to pin it all on Durk? Whole thing got contradiction written all over it. And just to add gas to the fire, he throws in a jab at a 100K track, saying the man only sent him $100 when he was hurting. So now it's not just personal, it's financial too. Bro feels like the whole OTF circle turned their back on him. What this could mean for Durk's case. See, this audio ain't just messy, it's legally powerful. Durk's lawyers could use this to create reasonable doubt. If Vonnie's own father is saying that Vonnie helped pay Quando and Lil Tim to take out King Von, then why would Durk want revenge on Quando after that? It don't make sense. This muddies the waters for the Lil Pep murder for hire angle. If Durk ordered a hit on Quando for killing Von, but Von was set up by his own team, now we got a whole different narrative. And with 12 jurors listening to all this drama, that reasonable doubt might be enough to clear Durk. Final thoughts. Yo, this is one of them moments where the truth might finally be breaking through the silence, but it's coming from someone who sounds desperate, emotional, and conflicted. You got a father trying to sell a story to the blogs, expose his own son, blame Lil Durk, snitch on himself in Maui, and still play victim because the money dried up. And whether or not this audio holds up in court, one thing is clear. The Von case was never just about ops, it was always about betrayal from the inside.
I think that because of that incident, which was very unfortunate at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's changed everybody's lives irreparably.
Yeah, that shit, fuck. That shit, everybody over. Like, when a real gangster, you know what I mean? When a real gangster get took out by like a nerd type.
Well, no,
omegadrip exclusive.